Welcome to Bookie's Place. You know what we do here? We don't talk about the glit or the glam. We talk about the grit and the grind. And we bring your favorite people to share their journeys so that they can practically equip you with resources that you need to do destiny. And in the building today, I have Dr. Wilson Joel. Drum roll for the prolific producer. What's that?
How's it going? I hope you can see me very well.
I can see you very well.
Do you like my background? I have plenty of background for you. You can also switch it around. You like that one?
Let me see that one.
You like that one?
That's good. That's good. How are you, Dr. Wilson Joel?
I'm good. I'm good. My sister from a long time. They don't know.
I know.
They don't know the story, man.
It's going to be amazing. We're going to a shake table today.
Hey, I will try. I hope I don't cry here, you know.
You won't cry. Don't worry. If you cry, I have someone said that, Bouquie, you cry on your show all the time. Buy peppermint. If you're licking peppermint, you won't cry. And I'm going to try it.
Thank you for having me on your show. Amazing topic for people you've been bringing. Thank you so much.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Welcome to Bookie's Place. We're just going to jump right into it. So this is what we do here. We don't talk about the things that everybody else is talking about. In a world where this generation think you can just wake up and become somebody. They don't understand the process. They don't understand the work. They don't understand the sweat and the grind. So we bring journeys that they've seen, songs they've heard that they don't even know who produced it. We bring those faces. We bring these people so that they can see that. I mean, I can relate to this story. If this person went through that and he is standing, I have no excuses. So when I shut up now, it's going to be over to you. You're going to tell us your journey from where you were born, and we transition and flow with you wherever you go to. We go with you. So tell us some of the songs you produced.
I think one of the most popular songs is Miracle Worker by Gloria.
Yes.
Featuring Nathaniel Bassey. Another one is Alagbara by Onos, which I also wrote. Well, let me switch over to South Africa. One of the other popular songs I did in South Africa was a song called Real Love by Lulu. She's late now. That's the song that got me into Universal Music. And one of the other popular songs as well that I did is called Lerato La Pelo Yaka in South Africa by Judith Sepuma. That's for Sony BMG. A couple of songs. I don't forget some of them.
Okay. Drum roll now. Forget about you guys now.
Yamaha drums.
Listen, man. Listen. We love you. We see your work. We see the grind. I've personally known you for a long time. Tell us your story. Tell us your journey. And let's get this show on the road.
I mean, you see, that's one of the questions that anytime anybody asks me, tell us your story or who are you, I just freeze. Because it's one of those questions I've never been able to answer. But I try my best. I mean, I was born in, so this is the part a lot of people don't know. I was born in Oshodi. Yes, I was born in Mafuluku, Oshodi. Mafuluku is right inside Oshodi, And if you know like they say, notorious police station called Makinde Police Station, it's just right behind my house.
Wow.
So I grew up in a neighborhood that will teach you about the streets, a neighborhood that will wake you up, and a neighborhood that can also make you comfortable and say, you know what, this is it. So we die here, we live here, and all of that. So that's where I was born, in Mafuluku, Oshodi. And sometime in 2006, I moved to South Africa. And all of this is music, music, music. You know, I don't know what I was looking for, you know, basically. So I'm basically a music addict who goes where the melody is. The melody is right and the spirit is on point. You find me there, you know. So basically, that's a summary of who I am. I'm a music addict. I'm a son of God. I'm a child of God. I love Jesus. I'm a Christian, and I love people. Anything else I left out? Oh my God, I'm a music producer, but I didn't start as a music producer. You know, I started as an errand boy for any musician that I look up to as a mentor back in the days. That's what I started as. And you can attest to this. Back then in a Choreo Mix studio in Lagos, I hardly produced music for anybody because I was like, if you wanted to rate people then, I was like the lowest guy that you want to even call. Yes, I had ideas, I had whatever in my head, you know, but probably I didn't have the expertise enough to fit into such class of people that come to record. Back then, you know, and I was fine with it. I was not angry. I never got, well, I mean, I stood for my right, but I never got upset over people not giving me the chance to express my gifts, you know, but that is how I started my own music journey. I didn't start on a platter of gold or on a start with a silver spoon or have the opportunity to go to a big music school before I started. You know, I started like that until I now took myself forward and said, okay, you know what, it's time to also now learn what you need to learn. And then I studied music. I started with online, you know, studying music online, getting my certificates online, you know, and then I moved to South Africa and then I did another course as well, you know. So basically, that's how I started my music journey. I try not to take credit away from the people who God has really used to help me. Dirola Jegbe is one of them. Johnson Davidson is actually the person who taught me music production. His name is Johnson Davis. I'm sure everybody knows that advert. Hey, Mama Sunday, hey, Water Dranam or whatever. That's the guy who did the advert that time. A very, very popular advert. That's the guy who taught me how to do music production. He taught me how to do music production and also employed me. Wow. Can you believe that? Yes. He employed me, said, no, you're not going to go anywhere. Stay with me. You know, he liked me that much. He showed me music, even when I was not very good, even when I was not doing it right yet, you know, he would show me stuff and still pay me.
Wow.
I'm supposed to be the one paying him, you know, and he'll still pay me. You know, for about 4 years I was with him. You know, he would teach me. Sometimes I don't go home. I'm there like a week. Sometimes I'm there like 5 days stretch. Sometimes 10 days, 2 weeks. Like, I don't care. You know, as long as I'm learning and this love I'm getting is unusual to me. I'm like, you know what? This has to be God. You know, so I just logged in there. So that's how my own journey has panned out to be until, you know, sometime in 2007, you know, when Universal Music invited me to the office, like, guy, who are you? You know, that is when my music journey took another turn. You know, who are you? We like this thing that you did. And then they paid me my first major money I made in my life. Listen, I did not sleep that day. Let me tell you the truth. I did not sleep. I went home. I took my phone. Every time I checked the account balance, I'm like, somebody should pinch me. Oh, am I sleeping? I'll check my account balance. I say, this is my account balance. I think it took me like 2 or 3 days to say, you know what, let me go and buy my first car. That was when I bought my first car in my life. I bought my first car and I bought my first set of studio equipment. And that's how the Music Magnet you see today is been, you know, has been going. You know, so the story is plenty. So probably if you ask me more questions, maybe I can remember stuff and then I will say them. But basically, this is my story. My story is a very humble one. It's a story of grace, I know, but it's also a story of hard work. It's a story of persistence. It's a story, one that is filled with, you know, consistency as well. One that is filled with gratitude, and one that is filled with patience. You know, I mean, there's a post I put up sometime on Instagram. I said, see, I had the opportunity to do Yahoo. I had the opportunity to be a scammer. Yeah. I had the opportunity to be a fraudster. You know, but I looked at it and I said to myself, guy, if you go this way now, this other passion that, you know, appeals to you a lot, what's going to happen to it? Is it not better you are doing something that you're passionate about, something that you love to do? And even if you don't make money from it, but you are very, very happy doing it, why don't you just chase this one? And that was the decision point for me, and I just went with my music. So the music has been is a mix of pain and gain, glory and, you know, failure, all of them mixed together. But I love it. I love it so far. So maybe if you ask me more questions, maybe I'll say more stuff. I don't know.
we don't ask questions here. It's just the story of your life. So share with us the pain. Share with us the pain so that someone going through pain right now, trying to, you know, chase their dreams. How did you maneuver? How did you mentally get over all that, you know, discouragement and voices in your head that tell you you're not able to do it?
I'll give you a story. You know, I remember 2003, I think, was the first time I stepped foot to South Africa, you know, and I saw the whole place. I'm like, Omo, your dream can really take off here. And I've heard about guys that will go with their bands, you know, and they will never come back to Nigeria and all of that stuff. And I told myself, man, this is not how I think I want to leave the country. Follow this story. It's a very, very interesting one. Very interesting and painful one, you know. So I went to this band. I won't mention the name of the band leader, you know, and we did the event went for about, I think, 7 days or something. And we came back to Nigeria, you know. Of course, I didn't run and all of that. Then sometime in 2004, now, mind you, in 2003, I had applied to American Embassy 2 times, and they refused me that visa. In 2004, I think I applied 1 more time, and they refused that visa. Now, that 2004, the same band was going to now travel to America, you know, and guess what was happening? They were filling their visa forms, and I was the only one that was removed from the band, not filling the form. Now, can I shock you? I don't know till today. Till today, I do not know. You know, all I just know is somebody came into the studio. I remember I was doing a production, and like, guy, come. You know that this band, they fill American visa form. What's in the happen? You know, they follow them, go. I say, wow. And I do not know where the calm came from, like the peace. I do not know where it came from. I didn't react. I didn't say anything. I just came outside just to be sure that the person is saying the truth. And I saw everybody filling their forms, and I was the only one that was not filling the form. And I'm like, no problem. I went back into the studio, and I continued doing my work. I was crying, but I was working. Tears was flowing down my cheeks, but I was working. I'm like, it's fine. Opportunity for me to go to America, almighty America. You know how it is then, you know. Everybody wants to jackpot, like they say, you know. And that was like your goal as a musician there. Like, if I just enter America, as my blood they hot, I go kill myself. That's what they come out to me with my sister. Long story short, they gave everybody visa. Now, mind you, I was the one that they said they suspected that I was going to run if we go outside the country. Remember, when we went to SA, I did not run. I still came back. Every other person that collected that visa, when they traveled to America, my sister, they did not come back.
Come back for where? Come back fire.
They did not come back. So at that point, two different thoughts started running into my mind. This guy, you know the year word, before don't escape when you go that South Africa with this band. Sure, you see yourself now. You don't date this Nigeria, you could just there, you could just lost. Sure, you see yourself. Like, it was really bad. It was a dark moment for me. It's so crazy because it's just a visa, right? But see, there's some things that are very important to different people, you know. And someone said that's the year I left to the US. Okay, you know, there's something that important to people. At that point, honestly speaking, God sees my heart. The American visa was my dream. I was going to go. I'm telling you, I was going to go on that trip, come back, and then probably go again, and then find a way to legalize myself or whatever, you know. And the thoughts kept running wild. And then now all these guys went to America. One or two of them will sometimes call me to mock me. Can you believe that? Yeah, they say, you see, you know the year word, God don't catch you now. Now he don't, we with the America, hey, better breeze the blows. And one of them, when they actually called to mock me, it actually got to me. It depressed me. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. So I've lost out. Okay, no problem. I kept living my life. I kept going on. I just left it all to God. And then in 2006, I had an opportunity again to go to South Africa. This time I was going to go and stay, study, and do all that stuff. And I went, you know. And from there, it was just like a fast track. You know, before you know Universal Music, boom. Before you know Sony BMG, South Africa, boom. Before you know, people started saying, man, this guy, they use jazz. Nobody comes to South Africa to come and be okay, at least. It does not work like that overnight in South Africa. And I know what they mean, you know. So things just went like that. Things just went fast. Every day is one new thing or the other. Wilson Joel here, Wilson Joel here. You can ask anybody from South Africa who has been there since I got there, and even after I left, who still lives there. I'm the one that connects many Nigerians to gigs, especially in Johannesburg. I give them bands, I give them recordings, I give many things, studio works. I was that busy. It was crazy. People were like, this guy is using drugs. And at some point, I'll come back to the visa. At some point, do you know that they started sending policemen to me to come and investigate, to come and check me? So every time they stop me on the road, guess what they say? Where's the drugs? Where's the drugs, Wena? The drugs. Show us the drugs. Meaning, show us the drugs, the cocaine, and whatever that you're selling. How can you be driving this kind of car in South Africa? How old are you, first of all? And then number two, you are a Nigerian. How are you driving this car in South Africa? You must be doing something. You cannot tell us that whatever it is, what you're doing. Even if you're working in an office, you must be doing something else. I'll tell them, I say, I'm a music producer. They say, show us what you do. I'll now give them CDs, maybe one or two CDs. I say, this is Judith Sepuma, this is Lulu Dikana, this is Wanda Baloyi. Say, wow. Oh, you're the producer of that song. I say, yes. So, wow, Mr. Producer. Ah, well, we love that song. We now start gisting. The same policeman that they sent to me once told me, say, my brother, you must be scared of your Nigerian brothers. They are wicked, ne? They sent us to you. I'm telling you.
Wow.
What I'm telling you right now, I've never shared this part, this deep part, to anybody. I've never told anybody this part. They said to me that my Nigerian brothers set me up.
Wow.
And sent them to me to check me out because they are very sure that I do drugs. That is not only music that I do.
Wow.
Now, I started begging the guy to please tell me the name. Say, no, it's not going to tell me the name. That the best they can do for me is to tell me to be very careful with my Nigerian brothers in South Africa. That's just that. I mean, when they told me this, I think it was in 2008. Was in 2008, yes. That this guy was in. Because and also the areas that I lived in South Africa. You just don't jump in from anywhere to come and live in those places. The first place I lived in South Africa is called Randburg. It's like a normal, anybody can live in Randburg, whether you're upper class or middle class or whatever.
I know Randburg.
Randburg. That's the first place I stayed. And then when I moved from Randburg, I went straight to Four Ways. You don't live in Four Ways if you don't know your story. I was living near Monte Cassino. I was living in Douglasdale precisely in Four Ways. You know, and then before I moved from Four Ways, I moved to Sandown in Sandton. You know, so People were like, what the heck is this guy doing? You just use a car for like 7 months or 6 months. Before you know, you have changed it. What are you doing? Now, they didn't understand that I was not showing off. I was just sponsored by grace. I was just living my life. You know, I was not trying to show off to anybody. I don't even have that energy to show off to anybody. Even till date, I don't have that energy. I just do my life. If it inspires you, fine. If it's making you jealous, you need to check yourself. You know, so that really taught me a lesson. And I kept saying to myself, wow. So how far can a black brother go? You know, so I put up a post the other day, and I saw that some people got it wrong, and it's fine. I said, do black lives really matter? Let's bring it home. You know, before we jump on a hashtag, let's think about it. Because we're shouting Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Yes, I totally agree that Black Lives Matter. But let's start with ourselves. How do we treat our fellow black people? You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, they miss. Well, let me leave the Nigerian angle of things. Once I was living in South Africa, the most racist reactions and xenophobic reactions that I got to South Africa were not from the white people. I tell you no lies. They were from black people. And it's not just black South Africans, even black Nigerians. Yes. In South Africa, a black Nigerian will meet you and they don't want to identify with you. Once they hear that you're Nigerian, they don't want to identify with you. Once I can understand from two different angles, maybe they too have had experiences, you know, with other Nigerians that have made them shielded themselves like, I beg, I don't want any thing to do with my brothers. My brothers are crazy people. I can understand that. Then there's the other side, you know, where you meet a Nigerian, maybe he's just doing better than you, maybe economically. They will shove it, you know, they will show you in your face that, listen, me and you are not in the same category. In another man's land. Whereas you see Indian people, once they meet themselves in the mall, they don't know themselves from anywhere. They just, oh, Punjabi, they start speaking, that is it.
Chinese, everybody else I know.
That's it. Once they meet in the mall, I see it every time. You just see a Chinese man walking down maybe from the north side, and now come from the west side. They just meet somewhere in the middle. Hey, Xinxiang. Xinxiang means hello. Xinxiang. Once they do that, they've started. Before you know, they are doing business together. Before you know, what do you do? Oh, I sell shoes. Oh, wow. Me, I sell shirts. So that means I can collaborate and do a unique boutique where, you know, when somebody comes, they have shirts and shoes to buy. Before you know, they become dons in South Africa. They don't make noise. Nobody knows them. They just unite. But our people, we just keep hating each other, keep pulling people down. I was told of a story yesterday by my wife, you know, of some guy who, I think the immigration in a certain country kept chasing everywhere he relocates, everywhere he moves to, rather. They find him there. Guess who always gives them the address? His best friend.
Wow.
Yeah. His best friend. How did he know? He got married. He met a lady in the last place he was staying, you know, and the lady was like, man, I just like you. I want to help you. What do you do? And he told the lady what he does. And then one story to another, he then got to hear a story of how some guy always leaks somebody's secret to the immigration to say that this person is not legal. So you have to take this person out of the country. You know, and the guy found out that, man, is his best friend, the same person that he tells, hey, man, I've moved away from #2 Deep Creek Street. I'm now in #5 Oak Street, you know, in wherever. And they'll find him there. Before he knows, in the same week he moves there, they'll find him there. He will find a way to escape every time. So he keeps asking himself, so hold on, I'm not in the system yet. So how come they're looking for me? How come they're getting me everywhere I get to, not knowing that it's his brother? You know, so for me, that event of 2004, it really taught me a big lesson in my life, in my entire life. You know, it taught me never to depend on people. It taught me never ever to hold offense See, if I wanted to hold a fence, you know, it's so bad that, you know, we hear people kill people every now and then. People kill for things like that. They will say, oh, this person has blocked my destiny. Crazy, you know? Yeah. But I could not react. The peace that came, I do not know where it came from. In fact, let me tell you the story of how I went to South Africa. This will blow your mind. I've never shared this as well before. South Africa in 2003, when I came back, you know, I tried to go again in 2004. I couldn't pull together the documents and stuff. So there was some guy in my church then, you know, I spoke to him. I said, bro, see, I would like to go back to South Africa. I'd like to do this and do that. I said, bro, you don't get the money. I said, I know. What can he do for me? And I said, I'll see what to do for you. It took this guy a whole year to be able to assist me. Now, one Wednesday, I was so depressed. One Wednesday service, I was so depressed. I was the lead keyboard player and technical music director for the band then. I was so depressed. I was so sad. I was just feeling myself. But guess what I always do every time I'm even upset or depressed or not happy and I have something to do? I still show up. This, I tell you, like, I remember getting into the rain one day and I still had to go and show up, even when I wasn't happy. I was really, really sad. And all I could just do was just sit back and not go anywhere. I would still show up. And guess what? I got onto the keyboard. I tried to play the keyboard and the electric shocked me. And I continued playing.
Wow.
Yes. I continued playing. Nobody knew anything. They thought that I was playing a chord that made me happy and I reacted a certain way. They didn't know that it was electricity that shocked me. Until we are done with the music. And I said, guys, I could have just died there. It was electricity that was shocking me because I was coming from the rain. I was rushing to meet the time. Now, anyway, that's just an offshoot. So this guy that helped me with the visa application thing, his name is Luke. So if Luke, you are hearing me out there, may God bless you. I tell you this every time. God will bless you, sir. I'm really grateful. So I told this guy, man, I'd like to go to South Africa. So that Wednesday, I was so sad. I just went. I said, well, let me try to go and play praise worship. And I finished playing praise worship, a special number. She be there's all the music, no problem. And then I'll go home. Let me just go home and just go and chill. I was the home and go. It's not Downfall and Molu that we enter. As if I'm using one card. Oh, I'm beginning to get emotional. I'm trying to hold myself. Anyways, so I played praise worship with my sister. As exactly as I planned it, I finished special number. I came down from the church building, approaching the gate, about to exit the compound. This guy walks in from outside and say, ah, oh, my, how you there now? Now you are confined though. I not come church today. I just mean I can't look for you. Take this letter. Go apply for visa. Tomorrow, go. I said, bros, I not get money for you. He said, take this letter, go and apply. I said, just go and apply. So what? I said, what would I do? He said, just print your account. She be money they come in, they go out. He said, I said, how much you are balanced right now? I said, I don't know, maybe like 70K or something. He said, it's okay. I said, but ticket is 110K. As at then, it was Virgin Nigeria or something that I used. I said, it's about 110K. That 70K does not even buy the ticket. He said, just go and apply. And I applied. My sister, I am telling you, before God Almighty, who made you and me, I didn't have up to 100K as at the time I was applying. The people who paid for school fees, people who were getting resident permits, they refused all of them. And they gave me a visa.
Wow.
I kid you not. Listen, even when they gave me the visa, I still didn't believe it. I'm not joking. I collected the passport like this in my hand. I took it from the embassy. And I remember, okay, yes, I remember it was like 2 Wednesdays or so after. And I took the passport like that. And I entered the taxi that I took from the embassy. And I went straight to church. When I got to the gate of the church, I said, God, whatever is in this passport, I know it's your will. And then I opened the passport. That's how I saw the visa. I screamed. I could not believe it. I'm like, oh my God. Now, remember what I told you, the people that paid for school fees, people that were going for residence, whatever permit, business permit, work, they refused them. I met them at the embassy when I was receiving my passport. One girl was crying. He said, what? That she has paid their school fees. She has paid this. She has done that. She has accommodation already. She has even bought a car, you know, and blah, 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 blah. And they refused her. One man was this is ridiculous. What do you mean? Makambala is 72 million naira. Da, 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 da. How can you refuse me? I'm not joking. I was just looking at everybody like this, and I'm like, wow. So me that did not even have the ticket money, how am I sure they gave me? I just took the passport. I didn't believe whether they gave me or not. I took it, put it in my bag or whatever I held, went into the taxi. When I got to the church, I opened it, I saw the visa. I still did not believe it when I saw the visa. And I was screaming like, no, 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 somebody has to wake me up. This is a joke. I went in, I showed Reverend Jackson. I'm sure you remember Reverend Jackson.
Yeah.
I showed Reverend Jackson, I said, Reverend J, please come and say something for me, sir. I'm not sure if I'm seeing well. I showed him. He said, that's a visa, my friend. Go and buy a ticket and start going. I said, sir, I don't believe that I'm seeing what I'm seeing. That's how I got my visa to SA. I didn't know anybody from anywhere. If it's by qualification, I did not qualify. And can I shock you? Oh my God! Now I'm remembering things. Can I go on, or let me tell? Let me know. Okay. Now, when I was going to South Africa, there was. Can I be honest, or should I be diplomatic a bit?
No, be lying on national TV now. Be lying. Tell the truth. This is what this place is about. We don't just Joel. We don't just tell stories. We tell stories to encourage someone going through that.
It's life, eh? Oh my God. Anyways, so when I got this visa, it's now time to travel. My mom is a trader, was a trader. You know, in front of her house, she has a bar, restaurant and bar, where she had a pepper soup joint and like a beer parlor, what we call beer parlor then, you know. And normally on a good day, before 12 o'clock, we usually don't make any money from the bar, because the guys who drink, the people who take the pepper soup are always late comers, either from like 3, 4. Everybody started taking their place, and it gets really full. Do you know that before 12 o'clock, my mom had sold, I think, 21,000 naira before 12 o'clock. It was never heard of then. She couldn't believe it. She said, my son, now wow, this South Africa where you won't go. Do you know that? Oh my God. Jesus. I bought the ticket to South Africa the same day I was going to South Africa. Yes. The same day. Yes. I bought the ticket in the morning. And I said to myself, I have whether 10,000 naira left or so. I will change it to dollars and I'll just go to South Africa. Mind you, one of the things that also gave me some form of confidence was there was a pastor in South Africa who used to be my friend in Nigeria. He was a pastor too when he was in Nigeria. And he told me that, guy, oh yeah, come now. She be say, don't get visa. Don't worry, come, I'll accommodate you. I will employ you. I'll do all these sweet, sweet things. I'll be waiting for you at the airport. Don't worry, come. I'll be waiting for you at the airport. My mom gave me 20,000 and held on to 1,000 naira. Say, see, add it to your remaining money that you have and buy the dollars you want to buy at the airport and go. My mom escorted me to the airport, prayed for me and everything. You know, before I got into the plane, I saw one or two guys who was going to South Africa. I know this person, I know this person. We're just talking and gisting. We got to South Africa. One of them was scared, like, hey, they're scared that they would deport him. I said, why are you scared? Follow me. Confidence. I took him. He was behind me. And he said, are you guys together? I said, we are together. That's my brother. They stamped us and said, you see, you're in South Africa now. This is my second time in South Africa. I said, hey, oh boy, God bless you. His name is Daniel. You know, we got to SA. I did for airport, so my sister. I did not see anybody at the airport. like joke, 20 minutes. 30 minutes. I started calling. One time he picked. Joel, how are you, man? I'm in a meeting now. I'll call you back. I said, okay, I'm there for airport. Oh. You knew I was coming. Okay. I waited and waited and waited. He too, the Daniel guy, was waiting for somebody else to come and pick him. Now, some guy came, his name is Sam, to come and pick Daniel up. So I said to Samuel, please, can you please drop me anywhere inside Johannesburg? Just drop me anywhere. Just take me out of the airport. Just take me anywhere and I'll be fine. I was ready to risk it, to sleep under the bridge if I have to sleep, if there's anything like that in South Africa. You know, and he said, I'm going somewhere in Randburg. The guy's name is Tony. I said, Tony who? He said, Tony Ediagboya or something. I said, wow, is that not Elvis Ediagboya's brother? He said, yes, that's Elvis's brother. I said, wow. I said, Elvis, I'm the one that brought Elvis from Fountain of Life to my church to start playing. And that's how Elvis was able to travel out of the country as well. For one day, he sang and they just contributed money for him. Like, this guy is so good. My brother not even wait. He just took off. He has the vision already. Like, I must see provision. And he went. I said, please take me there. Maybe Tony will allow me to sleep in his house for 1 or 2 days whilst I find my way. You know, when I got to Tony's house, he was so happy. He's like, Wilson Joel, oh, my brother, I've heard too much good things about you. God bless you. Oh, my God. Where are you going to? I said, my brother, I don't know where I'm going to. I just told Sam to bring me anywhere. He said he was coming to your house. I don't even know you before. It's only your brother I know. He said, what? You can stay here. In South Africa, it's not heard of. That is how I stayed in Tony's house. That's not all. The third day, I got a job.
Wow.
The third day, I got a job. I stayed in Tony's house for May, June, July, August, September. I stayed in Tony's house for 5 months, free of charge in South Africa. He said, my brother, stay. Don't worry, find your feet. In South Africa. It has never been heard of before. And then I got a job the third day. Fantastic job. That was paying me, I think, about 3,000 Rand or so then. Now, mind you, the minimum wage then was 1,850 Rand. So the job I got was made more than minimum wage. And guess what? There were studio sessions that people were calling me for here and there, this band, that one, blah, 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 you know. And then things got dry at some point. I'll come to the drought at some point. You know,
but so, before you go on, the bros that was supposed to pick you at the airport and call.
Yes, I never saw him. He never communicated with me. It was, I think, the second month or so, one day that I think Tony was going towards his house. He said, Pastor, oh, I must mention it. Pastor, something. This guy is here. And I said, oh, yeah. He told me that he was coming to South Africa. I'm like, Tony, that's the person I was supposed to stay with. That's the person that gave me courage to say, guy, get on the plane. Come, man. There's work for you. There's this for you. Blah, 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 blah. And you know, every level is very important to every growth, to our growth, you know. Then what was sustaining me, you know, was to play in church and get a salary. You know, I'll play in a band and get a gig fee. That was what was sustaining me then. So if I'm going to come all the way from Nigeria to South Africa, it would have been nice to know that, okay, you're going to go and get something to do. And this was the assurance I got from this bros. You know, and knowing how he was in Nigeria, I believed him totally, like, hey, man. So whatever went wrong there, if I'm going to come back to this bros's story, like 3 years after now, after 2007, I'll give you 3 year story with the same pastor, you know, and all of a sudden, he was nowhere to be found. He was not at the airport. He was just crazy. So at some point,
you got a job that was paying you 3,000.
Yeah, the third day, and people from that point, I started having haters. You already know. I started having haters like, you know, this is not right, right? We were here before this guy came. How come he got this particular job? If they could have had one of us, why him? you know. Meanwhile, there were other people too who were so happy for me, you know, who were like, yeah, my guy, there was one guy, his name is Emeka, Mex, we call him Mex. Mex was one of those people that was always happy for me. Always happy for me. Always, every level that God helped me with in South Africa, in my journey there, he was always happy for me. He was always there. You know, sometimes he would tell me, oh boy, give me money, make I cook for you, make you keep for house. He was that nice. Max, God bless you. If you can see this, I celebrate you. Thank you so much. Max is somewhere in America. I am now married as well. I've forgotten the state. All these states, they took plenty. Oh my God. Anyways, you know, fast forward to 2007, things became dry for me though. Okay. My God. Anyways, so this job I got the third day. Let me start from there. Let me not jump. I did it for 3 months and I quit. The reason why I quit was the person I was working with was a little bit silent on corruption, silent on fraud, and silent on scams. And he had people around him who that's what they do, but he endorses them like, hey, go and do it. You know? And here is me, a young man who's trying to be focused. I cannot be in that kind of environment. So I took a crazy step. I walked up to him one day and said, sir, after the end of this month, I don't think I want to work with you again. I just wanted to inform you so that at least let's make arrangement for somebody that will replace me. Right there and there, if I had me say, you can go now.
Of course.
He said, you can go right now. I said, okay, no problem, sir. Thank you so much. I didn't get my salary for that month, I think, for about 17 days or so that I worked. I said, okay, no problem. And then I walked away. Then guess who came to me? This pastor that did not show up at the airport. Now I say, guy, come now, you can come and do stuff for us. You come and direct our music. Remember what I said in the beginning, when people do stuff to me, I really don't put it in my heart. I can only tell you, I don't like this thing. I will never fight you. I won't hate you. I will only tell you. I went ahead, I worked for him for about another 4 months or something like that. You know, then the lady I was dating there, we had some issues, and then she went ahead to go and tell the pastor, and then it became a major drama, you know, so dramatic that, you know, then in South Africa, for you to buy things and have things, you know, you have to have what they call the ID. I didn't have the ID. All I had was the money. So when I buy stuff through my girlfriend then, you know, and I pay through her. Do you know that this man advised my girlfriend to take my laptop, take my mobile phone, and take all the gadgets I had bought? A pastor. I'm telling you, it really broke my heart. I'm like, you know what? Again, another chapter of life. Now, between 2006 December and 2007 January, God did another miracle. I worked another pastor as well in Johannesburg. In fact, the fastest growing contemporary pastor, you know, from nowhere. Lionel Peterson. God bless Lionel Peterson. You see, I put Lionel Peterson's post a lot on my page. The reason is because during that drought, where everybody left me and deserted me, was only Lionel that stood and said, come, what did you do? I told him. He said, and what? And so what? You did not deny what you did. You accepted what you did. And that's what's more important to Christ. You're a Christian, you're a born-again Christian, and you showed it even in your submission to whatever happened. You even took blames that is not yours. Hey, come here. One day I was going to sing somewhere at this church I was talking about, and he took me along and I played for him. And the pastor heard me. Since that day, he said, no, this guy is not going anywhere. Now, that job came with 5,000 rand salary. It came with a 2-bedroom flat paid for. It came with feeding. And sometimes it came with shopping. It's crazy, yeah? Sometimes, in fact, we even go to international trips. We go internationally, we go to nearby African countries, we go a little bit, you know, out there.
Can
and
you tell
stuff.
us
And it
who
was
Tell us who Lionel Peterson is for those that don't know. The guy that's a piece.
Lionel Peterson is a gospel legendary artist who really opened Africa up for contemporary music. He's the one who sang the song "Peace." When trouble blows, Jehovah sees, Jehovah knows. That's Lionel Peterson. And I wouldn't lie to you. In South Africa, God really used Lionel Peterson for me. You know, fine. He knew me from my church in Nigeria. You know, but when I got to South Africa as well, he just said, "Ah, I know this guy." You know, for whatever reasons, the other guys that play the keys, that play better than me, self. You know, but he just picked interest in me. I'm now like, hey, God, thank you. You know, so he went on and on. Now, remember, I'm working with this new pastor. Now, this new pastor, one time, did a conference where he brought TD Jakes and a couple of people in. And then around that same time, TD Jakes came to do the mega fests that they normally do in America in South Africa. Now, my pastor was one of the leading organizing members of that conference. It was so big, yeah? The same lounge where TD Jakes was, the late Bishop Eddie Long was, Bishop McClendon was, Pastor Paula the Pharisee was, all the big guys were. I was in the same lounge. So this other pastor, remember this other pastor that did not show up? He saw me, I think on the second day of the event or so, at the smaller meeting that they had after the big one, you know. Do you want to believe that he started crying? I kid you not. He started crying, he started weeping. He started crying, he hugged me. He said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, you're a blessing. Oh my God, I am sorry. You're a blessing. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't understand. I understand though, don't get me wrong. You know, but I'm like, hey, I've left all of those things behind me. With the fact that you did not show up at the airport, I had a little squabble with my fiancé actually. Then, you know, basically what was the squabble? I said, I not do again, no. That's all, no. I not do again. I don't want problems for my life, you know. And then instead of you to say, hey, guy, okay, let's restore this thing, or you actually just went the other way and punished me on top of it. 2 offenses to the same person. Sometimes when we see people react, they don't just want to react. You know, they're coming from a place of deep pain. You know, but here I was. I'm not a perfect guy. I just say, you know what, let me just let it go. So I can think straight and I can see the future. Now it seems that, man, this guy is doing very well now. This guy is doing so, man, the guy was crying, you know. The guy was crying really bad. I was embarrassed, actually. You know, he's sorry, man, you have such a great gift, blah, 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 blah. You know, at that point, I just say, Father, Lord, you are an awesome God. You know, they say, first to do, not the pain. That thing not true. You know, sometimes when people treat you funny, and God reciprocates to them, you know, it will look like you went to tell God something in his ears that has to do against somebody. But it's just you. Sometimes the peace that you exercise during that situation, or the calm that you know what, let me not do it, it's okay. Let me walk away. Many things I've walked away in my life, from in this life. So as a greedy person, I know what I'll be counting right now. Many things I've walked away, many situations, many contracts that I've walked away from, that I know that this is going to put me into shackles. I remember losing my first million in my life, 2002. First million in my life, 2002. I've collected the check, 1.7 million, to do a studio soundproof, which I do. See, there were 2 guys who went to go and tell the Oga that it's a lie, this guy cannot do this thing. After I have presented, showed what I want to do, it's evident that this guy can do this thing. One of them is a gospel artist that we know in Nigeria right now. Yes, I say that boldly. One of them is a gospel artist that we all know in Nigeria right now. The philanthropist guy actually came clean at some point and told me, man, I'm really sorry for what I did to you in 2002. I'm one of the people that actually told Oga that he cannot do the job. And what was the issue? They just wanted a cut from the money. Then just say it. There's nothing wrong if me say, ah, man, thank you guys for whatever, whatever. You didn't even do anything for me, but you want money from the little change they want to give to me. You know? So I've just learned in all of this, my journey, my music journey, my life journey, to just walk away from things. See, there are many things I can say. Oh. There are many things that I know that I don't say. That people think that the people involved or the situation involved don't know that I know the real deal. You know, sometimes I just hold myself back. I'm sure sometimes you look at my post and like, ah, why is this guy? It's a little bit personal. It's not personal. It's me holding myself back like, don't go too far. It's okay. It's okay. Trust me. If I do not have some level of self-control, I will have erupted. In fact, let me shock you for everybody listening. It's one of the things that made me marry late. If there's anything like marrying late, I know I didn't marry late, I'm just saying. Okay? Some of the things that made me take my time to get married. See, I've met a lot of fantastic women. When I say fantastic, amazing sisters. You know, people make their ex look like devils. I don't think I've met a lot of devils. Amazing ladies. But they were not my wife. But also, I know that one of the reasons I couldn't get married easily was these whole hurts. They were too much. See, no matter how much you want to be silent on your hurts, they are still there poking you. They're still there poking you. You can't just wish them away. You have to work on them and let them go. Else you will transfer. You'll be bleeding on people who didn't cut you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So the hurts have been there, you know. I mean, it's easy to talk about the success and the good parts of stuff, but man, the hurts want us to deal with it, or else it will destroy everything. It will destroy everything. Everything. Somebody was saying to me yesterday also that, man, do you know that this Daddy Freeze guy, that if you be saying that God they use them to shake some things. I say, well, I don't know about that too. But all I know is that it was needed. It was needed to some degree. It was needed. You know, because, you know, we keep silent on things. You'll be shocked that that guy is only talking from his pain. It's what I'm actually trying to bring out. There's some pain that he can't tell us verbatim. I'm sure that's what that guy
told us yesterday.
Oh, he did? Oh.
It's YouTube, yes.
You know, I'm sure there's some pain that he can't, you know, he doesn't want to say everything. Like you said, he told you some of it yesterday. But that guy has gone through some things that needs to be addressed. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So the pain, most of the pain I've experienced, to be honest, are from my Christian brothers and sisters. Some of the people who have done me good so much in this life, they're not even Nigerians to start with. Maybe one Greek guy. I have a Greek guy, a Greek friend, who one time, what was I trying to do? I think I was moving my studio or something. And this guy said, hey, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? I said, I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't you like your Yamaha motif? I said, I like it. Okay. I'm sending you money now. Go and buy your own Yamaha motif. I'm telling you. It's not because he sent me money. It's because he's thinking about me as well. Like, hey, man, this guy, let me also think about this guy's life, man. I like this guy so much. Like, I don't know why it's so tough for us to share this love that we'll say that we're professing. You know, a lot of people will have gone far, if not for the people around them. I'm telling you, it's not the devil. Leave the devil alone. The devil is somewhere in Katangoa causing confusion.
In Nigeria.
Causing confusion somewhere. You're calling devil. One day, devil will open mouth and say, you people are accusing me too much. Most of these things, don't be my fault. What I do? When I need me.
You can imagine a situation where the devil is, you know, like this new challenge that they do that you'll be telling, oh, I jog every morning. You know, so the devil go there. It was the devil. Me.
You know,
Wow.
so basically that's just been a summary of the painful part of the journey, you know. And then, you know, there's also the other part where, you know, you'll be fighting for people who are oppressed in a certain way because you are able to fight for them. Guess what? Those people sometimes get the results of the fight, enjoy the benefit, then they will now turn back and be fighting you. And I ask myself, are you mad? Like, like, wait. Like, something is wrong with you. I don't get it. You're fighting me. You know, like in all of this, I've just been learning and learning to know that, hey, not everybody need help. Some people just are looking for attention. And sometimes just allow people, you know, except God really lays it in your hand to do stuff. Trust me, I have burnt myself many times trying to be there for people. Even in the music industry, even in my music production work, I've burnt myself many times. Sometimes when you're trying to just help somebody to even become, to blow, like they say, hey, they'll boomerang on you and make you look like you're the one that don't want them to blow. I'm like, wow.
We have 29 seconds left. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know, so that's my life in a nutshell, the painful part.
Listen, man, we love you. We see you. We see all your good work. Thank you so much for coming to Bouqui'S and sharing your journey. Everything you do will prosper. And then now your good heart. God, yes. God, your good heart. Don't let anybody take it from you. God bless you. See you guys tomorrow.